Music fans, welcome. Harmless Dave here on the Harmless Dave channel, talking about music related stuff, ticket prices, and doing what I do in real time for a few real people just like you. Shooter McGavin, just like me. Um, yeah, I don't want to be associated with Shooter McGavin, but anyway, I'm a big Happy Gilmore fan. So it appears that the Journey tickets are going on sale. What is it today? Is it tomorrow? I don't know, but they're out there. So I think you can buy them. And these are for shows in Pennsylvania. Not sure if there are any other shows that have gone on sale, maybe all of them. But let's take a look, shall we? So if you're kind of new to Google, right? You put in, I'd like to get Journey tickets, and it goes to this thing called gotickets.com, which I don't know if Go Tickets has their own surcharges. All right. This show, I need to refresh because there might be some better tickets available. Need to refresh or get the latest information. So if you want to sit in 210, which is about as nosebleed as you can get here at the PPG Paints Arena. PPG Paints brought to you by Journey or vice versa. Anyway, I don't know what I'm saying. It's just, I hate the fact that these stadiums are all named after corporations and not like just have their own historic name. Like the Pittsburgh Black and Gold Arena or just something that makes sense, But anyway, they own the name. Everything is sponsored. $228 for one ticket, folks. This isn't two tickets for. So if you select a ticket, that's one ticket for $228 in super duper nosebleed. Now it gets worse. All right, you kind of round the bend and it starts to go up. You're not even that much closer. 247. Oh, that went down a little bit. 236, 256, 346 in section 205. Do they give you binoculars when you walk in? All right, what's going on in the lower sections? Holy crap, Batman. 454. Let's go down to the floor, shall we? $1,424. Holy, it goes beyond crap. It's like, actual excrement. Crap is kind of excrement, but it can be something else. All right, so that's there. All right, let's take a look here at Hershey. Hershey is like opening night, where the band has opening night jitters. They're wondering if the AI is going to work properly. And don't leave the auto tune on when Arnell is speaking to the crowd. Just putting it out there. Thank you very much, Wings of Pegasus, for giving us the intel on that. So, section 202, which is further away than anything in the stadium. In fact, it extends backward. That's how nosebleed it is. So you could sit here, and I don't know if complimentary binoculars or, you know what? I'm thinking you can get them at the merch table. And they're Journey branded binoculars. They have the little cherubs on them. And it's on Journey Final Frontier. You need these for the Final Frontier tour. In fact, you bring them outside the stadium and the concert will still be visible in these binoculars. And it's very far away. And you're going to hear a lot of echo back here. You're going to hear a lot of reverb. And the tickets are $263 each. So you're looking at $500. I don't know if this includes fees. I'm not going to go through the process of checking the tickets out, but I had a couple of patrons ask me about this, and they're wondering if they should go because this is the Final Frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Journey, not to be confused with Starship, where the lead singer, Mickey Thomas, can still sing. By the way, 40th anniversary of We Built This City happening as I speak. And I'm sure some rock critic website will be worst song ever created. Yes, it's way better than Walk on the Wild Side, isn't it? It's way better. but they don't think so. They, whatever. So I think Starship opening up for Journey might be a little more interesting. But notice Mickey Thomas just does his little thing, goes to Epcot, everybody's happy. Um, I don't know. The PPG Paints Arena, and then this is actually in Hershey. They call it the Giant Center. It's big. It's so big that if you're sitting back here, you probably won't see the show. Um, so again, hopefully they won't leave the auto tune on while Arnell is talking. These are super expensive, folks. And people wonder, right? Because I talk about going to the Cape Cod Coliseum when I was 16, seeing Steve Perry about 10 rows back on the floor. Now, I got tickets for free because I was a groupie for this disc jockey who worked in Orleans at this radio station. His name is Ken McGrail. If he's still out there, God willing, I hope he's still breathing and doing well. Smart guy, great DJ. For whatever reason, we became friends, and he's like, hey, you want to go to the show? I'm like, shut up. And had to go through my parents, by the way. Ken had to talk to my parents because, it could have been kind of those, one of those things where it's kind of creepy, right? This guy, is a little bit older, and he shows up. And he was probably in his early 20s, I would say. And, he took me to the concert. And he went backstage, by the way. I didn't go backstage to meet anybody, but he got to hang out with Neil Sean and Steve Perry and Steve Smith. In fact, I think he brought stuff back that was signed, and he didn't give it to me, obviously, because getting me in the door was enough. And I was just blown away that I was that close to the stage. And I'm seeing Journey in this small stadium. The walls used to sweat in the Cape Cod Coliseum. Very interesting fact. And it's no longer. It's been gone for years. It was a Christmas tree warehouse, and I think it got acquired again. Christmas tree shops, which is a big thing on the Cape. Cape Cod, for those of you who are in Florida thinking I'm talking about Cape Coral. But anyway, bottom line is the tickets for that show were $12. $12. And even if you adjust for inflation and cost of living and what the dollar is worth today, you're probably looking at maybe 50, 40 or 50. You're not looking at 228. And these tickets were on the floor that I'm talking about. This industry, but here's the deal. People keep buying tickets. People were complaining about the cost of going to see Rush, right? I don't want to talk about Rush anymore, by the way. I'm not going to be talking about Rush going forward. I have reasons for that. You want to find out, you can go over to Patreon. Costs you a couple bucks a month to become a patron, and I post things there daily. I posted about Journey, and if you should go and see this. Look, I'm not trying to throw shade on certain people in this band. I'm friends with at least one of these people in this band, and he's a good guy, and I hope he gets a big paycheck. I hope he gets paid well for this tour, since this might be kind of the end, and it kind of should be the end, right? Unless, of course, I have this other idea, and I'll save it for another video, and I'll be talking about this in general. I already put it out there a little bit, but I've got a great idea for what you could do with Journey. And, I'm not going to get any credit for it if it actually happens, but I think it's the future of this kind of music, and a lot of people are reluctant to embrace it, but I think it's time. At least people in our age group, our category, should probably start to think that, hey, maybe this isn't the best way to enjoy music. And people get mad at me because I talk about the blues bar down the street. Oh, you'd rather go see some idiot at a blues bar, huh? At least they're playing the music for real. At the very least. Well, it's sucky music and I don't want to go see it. All right. To each their own, right? It's a matter of I'd rather see authentic than see this big performance, which is probably not authentic. All right. So that's where I'm coming from today. A lot of people, they're cool. They're They're going to pay, I mean, the floor seats here, folks, $1,400. If you want to enjoy a show, you should probably be a little closer, right? I mean, even the first tier is coming in at 573 per ticket. I don't know. Do people have this much disposable income today? Because if they do, they should probably donate to like a food pantry or something. I mean, there's a whole bunch of people out there apparently starving because, the EBT got canceled for a while because there are no other ways to get food, like having an income and so forth. And I food pantries. Yeah. Donate to your local food pantry, volunteer and donate. Um, don't go see Journey, or maybe Journey should donate like $1 from every ticket. Could they afford to do that? $1 from every $573 ticket goes to the local Pittsburgh area food pantry. I mean, come on. It's time, Jonathan Kane, brother, step up. Come up with something, man. This is it. So everyone's trying to cash out in a big way, and I get it, but I'm not going. So that's my video. Well, and then I get, well, you don't want to go to anything. No, I'll go to something. I really will go to something, but it's got to be under $50 a ticket. It's got to be. I mean, you're still looking at 100 with the fees and then the parking and the driving. And if you want to buy some merch, God forbid, if you want to have the whole concert experience, it's going to set you back at least hundreds of dollars, if not thousands in this case. So good luck with that, man. I got to buy food, it's what I do. So thanks for watching. God bless everyone. And seriously, pray for those people in need who don't have the food. All right. For real. There are people who are scammers, but there are people who have relied on this stuff for a long time. And that's a problem too. Maybe we should figure out something new, right? Something that actually works where people aren't depending on the government for their food. But that's a whole other video. So see you soon.